Signs that you've already had a spiritual awakening. Hi, I'm Emily, and welcome to my channel. The moment of awakening. It's as if you're awakened from a slumber or a deep sleep, and your eyes just slam open, or just like you wide open all of a sudden. And it's just like a new awareness, a new rising of consciousness. It's a crazy feeling. Compare it to the taking of the red pill from the Matrix. It's seeing the world as it truly is. It's as if you're tuning to a higher frequency. Like it's like tuning to heaven's frequency or the collective consciousness. It's just feeling like a higher vibration. And so it's almost like a newfound connection with those who are working to bring love, light, and awareness to the world. It's almost like you go from feeling alone to feeling like the connection, and you don't feel alone anymore. It's like having a heightened awareness and discernment. So when I mean discernment, it's like the increased awareness of what's happening behind the scenes in both the society and the world. So it's like it's a more knowing, and you know that there's truth outside. The sudden responsibility to stay informed. It's like I previously avoided like all the world issues and politics, but because it was like so depressing and upsetting to me, and I just didn't feel like I cared because I felt like I couldn't change anything. But now with my spiritual awareness, like I feel a responsibility that I need to be informed and or prepared for anything that comes our way. Changes in social life and personal space. So it's like actually enjoying solitude. So it's like my perspective shifted on this because I used to always want to be around people because I felt lonely even though I was around them. And it's like all of a sudden I wanted to be alone, or I wanted to be isolated from people, because it's like then I felt like a peace, and then I was able to actually work on myself, and I just felt more content with myself and happy. It was crazy. So I also found that I had a new preference to spending time with my husband or those closest to me, because it's like now I wanted to have a better connection instead of just always wanting to go hang out with friends or doing something else. So it's like it's just now like cultivating the closer relationships were more important to me now. So guarding my energy was another thing that I found was really important to me. So it's needing to feel selective about who I let into my life and how much energy I gave to others, or even spent the time on others if they didn't want to hear what I had to say. So it's just really being observant and careful with my time and energy. So like finding contentment and self-love. I started to have like a profound sense of self-love and even contentment in my life. Like I just was happier, or I was starting to accept myself the way I am, no matter what that means. And it's like I have negative thoughts and positive thoughts, but it's like accepting everything and creating a balance around that, and just being aware of things and just starting to learn more about which patterns bother me and why they bother me. And then it's just life isn't perfect. We're not perfect, but it's like I just felt empowered to work on more on my healing, and then just taking responsibility for my life and what I say, what I do, and just also learning how to accept people the way they are, even though that's a difficult task. It's just learning to create a different perspective of the situation that maybe they're going through, so that I'm not creating the expectations or putting things on them when that might not actually be true. Also, with my spiritual awakening, I also found that I was beginning to have like an unconditional love for people, and like I was learning how to use like perspective shifts. And so it's knowing, I now know, like when Jesus says, love everyone, I understood what that truly meant, because it's like I understood that we're here to love and not create hate or evil or anything like that. We're here to love one another, and we're here to be just amazing beings and lift people up and empower them. And so another thing I learned with unconditional love is that the importance of perspective shifts. So especially when dealing with people that trigger me, or or other triggers happen, I have to try to look, why is this triggering me, and try to figure out a way to change the narrative or the perspective of what that means. Because then if I change the perspective, or I find that I'm actually just being, my inner child is actually whining or pouting or something, then I learned ways to love my inner child and accept her the way she is and tell her she's okay, and just change the perspective on what that means and how I can change that for my life from now on. Creating my reality. So our thoughts and actions are very powerful. So what we think and what we do are a reflection of, our, obviously our, whether it's positive or negative. And so it's like I started to remember all the training that I had back in between 2018 and 2020. I had all this training from personal development and this team leadership program that I was in. And it was always like, you create your world through your words and actions. And it finally sunk in that I create everything in my life. So whether it's positive or negative. So just learning and remembering that concept, that I was like, oh, I actually create my world. That concept finally sunk in, and it was a huge eye opener for me. So yeah, big one. I also had this realization of the divinity in all beings. So we are truly divine. We have everything in us that we need, knowledge and our power within. We don't need anything from the outside to, know that we are divine and amazing, because we all are unique, and we truly all have love and compassion and generosity, for each other. And it's really amazing what this world could be like if we all tap into our full potential. So it's like also knowing that we have all the power and the knowledge within us to succeed, and that we can create anything that we want. And I think it's so amazing. I think the divinity is actually encoded in our DNA. God actually created us and showed us Jesus, because he is the full divinity as a human. And so he's the best example for our divinity in my opinion. I began to realize that we have divinity in all of us. And so it's like I was starting to notice that we all are divine. We all are super powerful and amazing and unique. And we all have this amazing love and compassion and generosity within us. And through our purpose and through meditation and just through working on ourselves, we can tap into our full potential. And so we are technically divine, because we create our own power. And so I think this is actually encoded in our DNA, that God created us, and we are here to be amazing light for this world. Through all the divinity, the power of community is super important. If we all actually work together, tap into our full potential, and create communities, we can bring peace and share so much knowledge together if we're not hoarding the knowledge. And I think we could actually, as a world, could transform and totally work in harmony. And I really think it'd be super cool if we all shared that, instead of, trying to hoard our own, information or our own power. And so it's I see this world, it could be so amazing. That's why this, rise of consciousness is so important, and how, just raising the vibration of the world is super important. So life after my spiritual awakening, things began to change in my daily life. So I began to realize that meditation was more important, or somatic exercises, getting out of my mind and into my heart and my body. And I started creating either one of those as my normal routine every day. It could only be 5 to 10 minutes. Also working out was a big one for me. just paying attention to like my energy level and how I feel, or if I'm around people and they don't make me feel good, I don't stay around them for very long. But it's just like, even like breathing exercises was a big thing for me, and just tapping into my true self and my intuition and trusting myself, which was a really big one for me, because prior I didn't trust myself or anyone else. But it's like just learning how to put my daily practices, which is like were really important now, really important for me. Where in the past I was like, oh, I don't have time for meditation in the morning, even if it's only 10 minutes. But now my like have a newfound realization that all of that's super important to do on a consistent basis. Also, after my awakening, I also realized I had like a newfound purpose or direction. So it's like it gave me a clear sense of purpose and direction in my life. I mean, I already wanted to sing and create inspiration and empowerment for people, and I wanted people to go after their dreams. I want to help people with mental health and physical health. But it's like that after my awakening, I got a clear sense of I am meant to do this, and that now I'm like, there's nothing going to stop me. So it's like a huge thing now that I know my, path and direction. I may not know the exact steps to take to get there, but I know that I'm working on action steps towards it every day. I also found that there were mood adjustments for me. So it's like I had feelings of more inner peace, more contentment, love for myself or love for others, and just being more compassionate, generous, empathetic, accepting, just feelings of love, and like the feelings that I can get through anything, where in the past I know I was wavering on that, whether I could actually do it. In conclusion, I encourage all of you who have gone through your spiritual awakening but didn't know you went through a spiritual awakening, that that there are transformations to follow, and that just to keep going. And those of you who have not had your spiritual awakening yet, keep going, keep working on yourself, and eventually it will come. And I know you all are such a magical beings, and so embrace it, and don't ever give up on yourself or others. Be your own hero. Thank you so, so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you. Share your own spiritual experiences in the comments below, or if you have any questions, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thanks. Bye.